If you want to know what you should be eating if you have insulin resistance, then you came to the right place. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what I eat, why I eat those things, and how I cook certain things. I'm going to show you exactly step by step how you should be eating, so you can just copy me, do the exact same meal every single day, and you're going to improve your insulin levels. And not only that, you're going to burn fat, build muscle, feel great, and you're not going to have energy crashes anymore. So what you want to break the fast is a high protein, moderate fat, low carb or minimal carb. The amount of carbs that you're going to have is basically through maybe some fruits, maybe some vegetables if you want. In my case, I don't have vegetables. I have mostly protein and fats, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you right now. So for protein sources, I have eggs. What I do usually is eat 4 whole eggs, and then I add 100 grams of egg whites. This gives me roughly 30 grams of protein. So if you're having, and this is something that I see, people think that high protein breakfast is 1 or 2 eggs. One egg has 6 grams, around 5 or 6 grams of protein. It depends on the size, which is not enough. It's not a lot of protein. 4 eggs and 100 grams of egg whites will give me around 30 grams of protein, which is reasonable. And that's the bare minimum that you should be aiming for your first meal. At least 30 to 40 grams of protein you should be aiming, because it will satiate you, it will preserve lean muscle, it will prevent cravings. So super important to get at least 30 to 40 grams of protein for your first meal. And again, I see people, they're having juice with a toast. This literally gives you maybe 0 or maybe 1 gram of protein. It's nothing, it's carbs, carbs, carbs. So skip all of that. So you want high protein. So eggs, egg yolks, don't skip the egg yolk, by the way. It's crucial because it has a lot of vitamins, minerals, has biotin, it has a lot of beneficial nutrients and vitamins. We're not going to dive in detail here, but basically that's the main source of vitamin. There are 2 multivitamins for me, which is eggs and grass-fed steak. If you eat these 2, you're covered. Like literally, it has all the vitamins and minerals that you need. So don't throw the egg yolk, eat the egg yolk, and then you can add some egg whites for extra protein. Now, in terms of protein, we're gonna add as well cottage cheese. I have this one, cottage cheese, natural full fat. So I usually eat 100 grams of cottage cheese. 100 grams gives me around, this one gives 12 grams of protein. So it's quite decent. So as you see from the eggs and from the cottage cheese, I already have 42 grams of protein, around that, okay, roughly. Now, cottage cheese, full fat, yeah, this one is full fat. Sometimes I have fat free. It all depends. If I want more fat to feel more satiated, I have full fat. If I'm trying to cut a bit on the calories, I go for the low fat or the fat free version. So it all depends on where you are. What I suggest is go fat free if you're trying to reduce calories. Because, for example, I usually eat fat free Greek yogurt or fat free cottage cheese because I have already a lot of fats in my diet. So you shouldn't go low fat. Fats are crucial for testosterone, for hormonal production, for cognitive function. If you eat fats, like if you eat avocado, if you eat nuts, good quality nuts, if you use a good quality extra virgin olive oil, and if you're cooking in ghee or coconut oil, you have a lot of fat, so you don't need extra fats from the cottage cheese. And that's why I like some products low fat or fat free, because I already have a lot of fats on my diet through natural sources. So this is what we have in terms of protein. Then we have kefir. I always drink kefir. Gives protein as well, by the way. So kefir is great for gut microbiome, for digestive health, has a lot of probiotics. So I usually have 200 milliliters of kefir. This gives me around 100 milliliters. 200 milliliters will give me, 3 grams, 6 grams of protein. So not that much, but still decent. So just from the eggs, let's say 30 grams here of protein, 12 grams, 42 plus 6, we have already 48 grams of protein, which is very, very decent already in terms of protein. So that's what we have in terms of protein. Now, fats. Protein, we are covered for now. Fats, we're gonna have half avocado. This is 50 grams of avocado. Great source of fats. Fats are great, as I mentioned before, for testosterone production, cognitive capacity, even to regulate your cholesterol, all your hormones, your insulin. It has minimal impact on your insulin. It barely spikes your insulin, so it's a great source, avocado. Then what I do as well, along with all of this, is 3 Brazil nuts. Okay, Brazil nuts are great, 2 or 3. All right, so I don't recommend more than that. So actually 2 is enough. Usually I like to have 3. Why? Brazil nuts are a great source of healthy fats and selenium. Selenium is a precursor of testosterone. What it means is that it will help you produce testosterone as well and it will improve your immune system. Selenium plays a crucial role in immune regulation. So 2 Brazil nuts are more than enough. It will give you 2 or 3 Brazil nuts, depends on the size, of course. It will give you the amount of selenium that you need on a daily basis in order to strengthen your immune system and to produce testosterone. So don't overdo on selenium on Brazil nuts, because it can be toxic if you're eating 5 or 6 Brazil nuts. I spoke with a client a few weeks ago, and he told me, man, I love Brazil nuts, I'm eating 10. That's way too much, okay? Don't eat 10 Brazil nuts per day, because selenium can be toxic, so it's not good. Everything in moderation, 2 or 3 per day. So it's a good combination here. So we have the avocado, a half avocado, we have Brazil nuts, eggs, egg whites, we have the cottage cheese, we have the kefir, and then we have pomegranates. I have usually 30 grams of around 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of pomegranate. This has carb, but great source of carbs, minerals, and great for testosterone as well. So if you're a man, you want to eat pomegranate, it's great source of antioxidants, great for testosterone levels, to boost your testosterone levels naturally. You're going to put it on the top of the cottage cheese, as you're going to see in a while. And that's what we have. Now, how we're going to cook this? We're going to cook the eggs with coconut oil. I'm using this one now, organic coconut oil from Sri Lanka. I just put a teaspoon of coconut oil on the pan. Okay, cook the eggs, the egg whites, cottage cheese, avocado, Brazil nuts, and we're good to go. Now I'm gonna start preparing this so that I show you the end result. Let's go. And here we go, final result. As you see, quite simple. This took me less than 10 minutes to prepare. So don't be lazy, prepare your own meals, stop ordering, buy high quality foods, and invest time in your health, because this is literally the best fuel that you can put in your body. Now, what we have here, as I mentioned before, 4 eggs with 100 grams of egg whites, 100 grams of cottage cheese, pomegranates, half avocado, 3 Brazil nuts, and kefir. This meal, as you know, I don't count calories most of the time. And why is that? Because I know already the amount of calories that this meal gives me. So if you're asking yourself, should I track calories or not? Yes, you should track calories for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, maybe, if you want, just to have an idea of what you're putting in your body, because this will give you more awareness. Like if you're going to drink a cappuccino, put a cappuccino, and you're going to see that it's going to give you maybe 300 calories that you can save for something else, and you're going to start ordering Americano. So this is just an example. So if you track for a while, it will give you an idea. I don't track this one right now because I know already I eat 80 or 90% of the time the same thing. So I know this meal gives me around 800 calories and 50 grams of protein. In terms of carbs, 20 grams of carbs. So the carbs come mostly from the pomegranate and a little bit from the kefir. That's it, less than 20 grams. This is the meal that will benefit your insulin levels massively. It's not going to give me an energy crash. It's not going to spike my insulin, and it gives me the fuel that I need. So if you're not sure what to eat, just simply copy this, start eating these every single day, maybe some modifications, like sometimes I don't have the Brazil nuts, I have macadamia. Sometimes I don't have cottage cheese, I have Greek yogurt instead of the cottage cheese, and I don't have the kefir. So small variations, but what you need is have a structure, a system where you eat all the time, most of the time the same thing. So 90% of the time you should be eating the same thing, so that it's effortless. You just wake up, you get your steps, hydration, caffeine, wait 3 hours, eat. Or even if you want to eat this earlier, that's fine. If you wake up at 6 and you want to eat this at 7, it's totally fine, as long as the calories are on point, and as long as then you're not snacking throughout the day, you're not having 5 or 6 meals, you're not eating all over the place, as long as you have a system and a structure. If you want to eat this, if you wake up at 5 or 6, you want to eat this at 7, it's still okay. You're not going to spike your insulin massively. High quality food. You have this meal, for example, at 7 a.m., then you have your lunch at 1 p.m., and then you have your dinner at 7 p.m. Like this, you have a 12-hour window, and then 12 hours you don't eat. Or eat this meal at 8 a.m., then you have your lunch at 12, and then you can have your dinner at 6 p.m. or 7, and then you don't eat until the next day at 9. So you don't need to do all the time the same thing. One day you fast for 12 hours, the other day you fast for 16. Then once a week you can do a OMAD, 1 meal a day, but don't do that every day because it will compromise lean muscle and your metabolism, your hormones. Anyway, for the sake of this video, I think you got now a good idea of how you should be breaking the fast if you're insulin resistant, and even if you're not insulin resistant and you want to prevent, you want to improve your health, your metabolism, and your overall health and well-being.